On this wall and this wall, we need to sheet all the way up so that it planes for sheetrock with the sheeting below. My bad. And then on this wall and this wall and this wall, we'll just sheet the one side up here. Yeah, just to make it strong. One of the great things about BusyBusy that I've enjoyed is the reports. The fact that I can go and look at where we're at on a project with regard to the budget has been a big part of our growth. In previous construction jobs, it's almost always been paper time cards. You show up in the morning and fill out your time in with a piece of pencil on a piece of paper, and then at the end of the day you have to put in your lunch and your clock out time and mark the date and all that stuff. More often than not, we just have a drawer that's filled with people's time cards. Some of them are old, from old pay periods. Some of them are unfilled out. Some of them just have a name on them. You know, so you have to go through and find the ones for the right week and all the right employees. It's chaotic. Literally me keeping track of it in a note on my cell phone and then submitting it in a text to Josh's wife so that she could, you know, write it out and send it to the payroll company. That system was not working very well for us. You miss one employee's time card for the week because you have 15 employees and, you know, there's just a drawer full of time cards, and then you have to go to the payroll company and get a check cut late for them, and, you know, they didn't get it direct deposited, which is a problem for them, and it just sort of all falls downhill and becomes a bigger problem than it needed to be just because we weren't organized. It becomes nearly impossible to figure out exactly how many man hours you have spent on one particular task or one particular part of a job. Which means then at the end of the job, when we're looking at our budget for it, we have no idea where we went over on our budget. So it could have been in the framing, it could have been in the excavation, it could have been in the sheetrock, but we don't know because we weren't able to allocate any of the hours because they were just people writing on a piece of paper. You know, I mean, there's just no control over where the hours went. You're kind of always playing catch up, you know what I mean? You're always borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. It's like, well, we went over budget on this job. We're not really sure where, but we're a little ahead on this other job, so we'll use that to make up the difference. And it's stressful. It's not a good way to be managing your day-to-day. You know what I mean? You want to be more organized than that. BusyBusy is a way to keep the different segments of your business working together. You know, your budget and your time and your organization of your guys, the way you direct your labor, all of those things are sort of tied into the management tool or management system that BusyBusy is. You know, we were way behind on some projects right in the middle of them, and frankly, if it hadn't been for an organization system like BusyBusy, we wouldn't have known that we were behind until the end of the project when we started looking at everything. And because of that, we were able to make adjustments and get back on track for the project. It made a huge difference to where we ended up at the end of the year last year. It allows me to line everyone out pretty efficiently into their different sections and jobs for the day. Really all I have to do is at the end of the week go and look at the reports and see and make sure that everyone has entered their time and that everyone has punches for the day. And as long as there aren't any, you know, super weird discrepancies, then I can just let it go and submit it. So it makes my time involved in payroll a lot less. I really like the fact that at any given time on a project, I can open up the app and see where I'm at for budget on that particular project. I can enter in the amount of hours that I have allocated for that project and see right where I'm at on any given day. Like, that's huge, especially for me to be able to go to a client and let them know where we're at on progress, that we're ahead of schedule or behind schedule or ahead of budget or behind budget, and have that just like right there at my fingertips is, I have to say, is pretty powerful.